What's going on, good people? Greetings to everyone, locally, globally, internationally. You know how I do. Welcome to Aisha Speaks Jade podcast, where I am your hostess. Aisha, also lovingly known as Jade. Always remember to put that RESPECT on it. You know, guys, I command and demand respect. And as women, queens, goddesses, we should, we should definitely demand and command respect. So again, welcome to Aisha Speaks Jade podcast. Okay. I am doing a live podcast for Thursday, January the 30th, 2020. We have one more day, guys, and after that, we will be in a new month of February. We are still in the beginning of the year, so it is not too late to accomplish your goals, dreams, aspirations, however you see it. It is not too late. Okay, so I'm coming to you briefly this evening, residing in Atlanta, Georgia. You know, I always like to know where my followers are tuning in and listening. Okay, so I started off, and hopefully if you tune in live right now, you can do the same. Show me some hearts and give me some thumbs up. But if you are not able for whatever reason to tune in right now, definitely listen to the replay and make sure that you support, because I have a new attitude. You support, I support. You don't support, I know this is going to be mean, but I am not going to be putting a lot of that energy into supporting when all I asked is just support. I mean, if you can support financially, I legally have you know, a Cash App, a Venmo, a PayPal, a Google Pay. You know what I'm saying? I have lots of different ways that you can fund my Chit Chat Chew Show, LLC, and Aisha Speaks Jade podcast falls underneath that, as well as Chit Chat Chew Show podcast. Okay, so I'm very legitimate. There's no let me do this as a hobby. I know sometimes we may not see our revenue for like maybe a year to 3 years. Sometimes it happens like that. But when it comes, it's coming. Not to say that it can't come in between that 1 to 3. I'm just saying that just gives you the motivation to keep pushing. Okay, I'm not saying that's my situation, but I'm just saying, I also want to say before I start that I have soaps as well as body butters. So if you're interested, definitely hit me up. I'm also looking in the Atlanta and Metro Atlanta area for vendors. So if there's any vendors, resources that you know of, definitely let me know. As well as I am looking to get out and put myself out there more to speak. As much as it may give me sometimes anxiety, it's okay, because once I get up there and I start speaking, I just kind of transform into that Jade. Okay, so again, welcome to my Aisha Speaks Jade podcast. And the topic this evening is reasons to rise early as an entrepreneur. So this is for those individuals that are entrepreneurs, speakers, small business owners. You have a large business. You know, it's probably some of these gems can probably even be used for your personal use. But this is focusing on entrepreneurs, reasons to rise early as an entrepreneur. So the first would be no distractions, right? We want to not have a lot of distractions, because once we do, that throws us off balance. Okay, and then we have shifted somewhere else. So the less distractions, the better. Next is mental edge over other people. And we know that there are people out here, let's keep it 100, that love to get into your head mentally and take you off of your focus. You know that saying, misery loves company, okay? So stay away as much as possible from negative people and surround yourself around positive people. Also, remember, be careful what you speak, do, and say, because it is a reflection of you. Next is build discipline. Okay, you have to be able to build discipline with yourself. Make yourself accountable, right? Make yourself accountable and discipline yourself. So there's going to be some sacrifices with things. You may not be able to get that color in your hair like you would like to, or even, spend all that money with getting your hair done. That 22 or 23, 27-inch, you may have to improvise and change up some things, spend all that money and have those very pretty nails and those pretty toes, and buying buying really expensive stuff. You may have to shift it. You have to make that decision. Am I going to put all of that effort or that money into, not to say that you can't look good, let me clear that up, because you can look good. However, think about, is your business a priority and or important, or is completely always going over going over your expenses or over your budget more important? Basically the decision is yours. Next is good time for exercise. I've been speaking about making sure that you exercise and eat a healthy, balanced breakfast, or whatever meal that you eat. Make sure that it's balanced and as healthy as it can be, because I'm not here to tell you to be vegan, vegetarian, pescatarian, or eat meat. Whatever you choose to do, that is your choice. Just make sure that you eat a balanced meal, and yes, definitely get that exercise in. Okay, so that means if you have a gym membership, you can go to the gym and do your thing. If you don't, and maybe you have a phone, right? We have these phones. We pay lots of money for these phones. Okay, so utilize them. You can look up on YouTube, and whatever stage you're in, if you're a beginner, you can search through YouTube and find beginner friendly exercise. Do some meditation in the morning as well. If you can also add in some yoga in the morning, do that. If that means that you have to get up a little bit earlier to start your morning in the best direction or the right direction, then do it. But make sure that you get some exercise in. Walking, you can walk for at least 30 minutes. Okay, if you can put in 30 minutes, nothing less than 10 if you can help it. Put in 30 minutes of walking. Okay, make a plan, get an itinerary together, because if you're not together, spiritually, financially, well, if you're not together, let's just speak about, if you're not together physically, you will not be able to perform your best with being an entrepreneur or a business owner or what have you. Okay, faster commute, kind of self-explanatory. Faster commute. Okay, next is you're more likely to work. You're more likely to work. If, for me, I think about, if you're in good space and you're doing those affirmations and looking in the mirror and doing that self-talk and doing all that you can do, having a healthy, balanced breakfast, doing some meditations, mantras, yoga, getting that blood flowing, getting that body moving, you'll be more productive. Those creative juices, you'll be more likely to work better. Next is less likely to procrastinate. So on the flip side of it, if you're not doing anything that's positive, that's getting you where you need to go, then the flip side of it is that you're procrastinating. Like if you keep saying that I'm going to do this, tomorrow, next week, or even if I'm going to do this today, and you just keep putting it off, you're procrastinating, and your business won't thrive, and it won't make a move. It's just going to be stuck. Okay. And lastly, build momentum for the day. So let's do that, people. This is our business. You're an entrepreneur. coach, speaker, artist, freelancer, web designer, graphic designer, like whatever you are. And again, a lot of these gems, I believe, can apply to your regular life, even if you work for corporate America. Let's start building our momentum up. I know that every day is not one of those happy days every day. Of course, that's not realistic. But if you can really work towards it and do your best, then your days will start to be just a little more smoother for you, where you'll get into a rhythm of doing mantras or yoga or exercise or eating healthy balance. And if you have a family, like children, like all of you guys can exercise, all of you guys can eat better, all of you guys can get mentally, emotionally, spiritually together so that your finances will blossom or get better. So thanks, guys. That's what I had to say this evening. Again, those were reasons to rise early as a entrepreneur. But again, I feel like a lot of these gems or tools, you can apply them to your everyday life. So now moving forward to my favorite time of the podcast. If you are not already on my page, then I invite you to join my platforms. I also invite you to tell people about my Aisha Speaks Jade podcast, or tell people about my different platforms. I'm looking for the month, I'm already putting it out there right now. And for the month of February, I'm looking to at least get 200 people. Okay. And when I get 200 people, I'm going to ask for more people. So my goal is 200 people. Please join my social media platforms. Whoever's coming on, I thank you so much. Show some thumbs up, show some hearts. Let me know where you're, listening in at. And again, I want by the end of February, 200 people to have joined my platform. So I am on Facebook right now, people. Make sure leave comments. Facebook, Instagram, or IG, Twitter, and I have a YouTube channel. You can find me at Aisha Speaks Jade. Okay, Aisha Speaks Jade. Again, Facebook right here, right now. Instagram or IG, Twitter, and my YouTube channel, which you can go to and hit that thumbnail to subscribe, as well as hit the notification bell so you can be informed of everything. You'll be able to listen to my replays. People, I'm not fake. I don't put on no fronts. I am who I am. I talk about many different topics, from mental health to business to being an entrepreneur to awarenesses. So there's different things that I do on this page. Okay. So also, if you are on LinkedIn, join me on LinkedIn. Aisha Jade Speaks. Aisha Jade Speaks. So make sure, people, to remember self-care, self-love, self-respect. Know your worth and your value. Create your greatness and your happiness. And when you go through challenges, as we all do, make sure to catch it, check it, and change it. It may not always be as easy as you like, but you'll definitely be able to come through it. Okay. And with that said, thanks, guys. As always, those who have been following me for probably a year. I think I've been on this a year. I don't even remember. I got to go back. But thank you nonetheless. Remember to share, and I'll share. Tell someone to join. And with that being said, have a wonderful evening doing whatever you're doing. Make sure that, you just have a good evening and have a better tomorrow on purpose. And with that, I say, Nam Myoho Renge Kyo, Nam Myoho Renge Kyo, Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. To each and every one of you, we all have the Buddhist, the universal, the creator in us. Have a good evening, guys.